So this is a bedtime relaxed stress relief style practice. I'm going to take it slow, going to take it easy, beginning by sitting on your mats, cross-legged, kneeling, whatever you prefer, whatever's comfortable, and just taking a moment to tune into your breath, focusing on your breathing, feeling into every breath, into your body, the expansion, contraction of your rib cage, your lungs, letting go of any thoughts, any distractions, just coming into this space, onto your mats, into your breath. In a moment, we're going to practice Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. So placing the middle finger and index finger on the forehead, the thumb on one nostril, ring finger on the other. We're going to close one nostril, inhaling through the open one, exhaling through the other. Inhaling through the same, exhaling through the other, inhaling through the same, exhaling through the other. Just keep passing the breath between the nostrils, finding a rhythm that suits you. If you like, you can bring a pause between the inhale and the exhale, just suspending the breath for a moment. If you lose the rhythm, if you stumble with the breath, let it go, start again. In through one nostril, out through the other, in through the same, out through the other. If you like, you can bring a count to your breathing. Inhaling for a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, holding the exhale for a count of 4. Equal ratio breathing with your Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. But otherwise, if you prefer just the natural rhythm of your breathing, stay as you are. As you settle more into the practice, looking to breathe deeper, taking fuller, deeper breaths between the nostrils, as much as possible balancing the breath between the left nostril and the right nostril. This pranayama, this breathing technique is very calming, very balancing, very good at quietening the mind. We are made of yin and yang energy. This breath work looks to bring the two energies into balance. Not too much yin, not too much yang. Keep it going, round after round. Stay with the breath. And when you're ready, taking the hand away from your face, settling back into your deep yogic breathing. Deep belly breaths, breathing in and out through the nose, every breath under your control. Using your maximum lung capacity, keep pulling breath and energy into the body, squeezing what you've used back out. So when you're back on your breath, just making your way onto all fours, coming back to sitting bum on the heels, and then holding onto your feet, just dropping forwards, chest on your thighs, forehead on your mats, coming into child's pose. Just allowing everything to soften, to relax, shoulder blades falling away from each other, arms soft either side of you. As you breathe into your belly, deep belly breaths. Every exhale, squeezing the belly button into the spine, feeling yourself shrinking, softening, loosening. Allow your body to relax. So with this practice, we're just winding down, closing ourselves off in child's pose, taking it easy. And then coming out of child's pose, bringing the hands under the shoulders, just pushing yourselves back up, coming to a tabletop position, so hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, thread the needle. The right hand reaches up for the ceiling, inhaling, reaching through the arms, opening the chest, exhaling, bringing the right hand under the left arm, off to the left side of the room, dropping onto the shoulder, your head landing on your left hand, inhaling, lifting back up, reaching through the arms, little twist on the upper part of your spine, exhaling, again swinging through, threading the needle, head coming down onto your mat, a little bit of weight on the back of the arm, back of the shoulder, inhaling once more, reaching up, reaching longer this time, opening wider, opening more, exhaling, threading through, reaching over to the left side of the room. Again, as we inhale, the right hand reaches up. And exhaling, right hand back onto your mat. Same with the other side. The left hand reaches up, inhaling, opening, finding length. Exhaling, threading the needle, reaching through now to the right side of the room, under the right arm. Inhaling, climbing up, reaching the left hand back up towards the ceiling, finding length through the arms, opening the chest, breathing into that space you're creating, exhaling, threading through, once more, reaching over to the other side of the room. And then once again, inhaling, reaching through the arms, reaching up for the ceiling, deep breath, exhaling, again taking the left hand through, reaching over to the right side of the room, bit of weight on the back of the head, back of the shoulder, inhaling, once again calming up, finding the twist, and then exhaling, left hand back on your mats. Just walk the hands forward slightly, and then bending your elbows, bringing your chest down onto your mats, palms high, and then pressing the hips down, just coming to lying on your chest, on your belly, bringing the arms either side of you. We're then just going to take the right leg as close as we can to the left fingers, twisting the spine. Don't move the hands. We're just moving the leg, the right leg, the toes coming towards the left hand, and then wherever it lands, leaving it there. Allowing the weight of our leg to open the spine, open the front of our body. Just breathing here, deep belly breaths. Few more breaths. Feel the belly moving as you breathe. And then slowly, gently making your way back onto your mats, back onto your bellies. Same again, now going the other way. Taking that left leg over to the right fingers. Again, just getting the foot as close as you can. And then wherever it lands, leaving it there. Full body breathing. Deeper inhales, longer exhales. Again, just feeling the weight of your leg, opening your spine, twisting your spine, each vertebrae moving, but with your hands grounded down into the floor, the top of your spine is anchored. Gently making your way back onto your mats. And then hands on the shoulders, just pushing yourselves back up, coming to sitting bum on the heels, and once more returning to child's pose. Closing the body off once again, softening, loosening, relaxing, reconnecting to your breath. Breathing into the back of your rib cage, the space between your shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, just bring yourselves back up to sitting on your mats. Bring your legs in front of you, crossing your legs. And then with the legs crossed, the right hand grabs the left knee, the left hand on the floor behind you, the wrist touching the base of your spine. As you exhale, pulling yourselves to look around, taking the chin behind you over the left shoulder. If you have the space, wrapping the left arm behind the back, grabbing the inside of the right thigh, using the strength of both of your arms to twist even further. Keep the spine long, lengthening through the crown of your head. Every breath in, breathing into resistance. Every exhale, pulling yourself further, twisting more. moving your belly in the twist with the breath, and then releasing, facing the front, crossing your legs in the other way. And now this time the left hand grabs the right knee, the right hand on the floor behind you, inhaling for length, exhaling, pulling, twisting, looking behind, taking the chin as far round as you can. If the right hand is on the floor, keep pressing the right hand into your mats, otherwise wrapping the hand behind the back, grabbing the inside of your left thigh. Few more breaths, using the strength of your arms, pulling yourselves further round. Few more breaths. And then when you're ready, easing off, releasing, letting go, and then just stretching your legs out in front of you. Going to go for a yin style forward fold here. So legs out in front, inhaling up out the hips, exhaling, folding forwards, and then just flopping. Flopping the arms either side of you, hanging the head, allowing everything to just fall forwards and fall open in any way that your body wants it to. All we need to do here is breathe. Breathe deeply through the whole of your body. Maybe wriggle forward, side to side, loosen up wherever is catching in your body. But as you rest here, just practice letting go, softening, letting go with every exhale. And then noticing if your mind wanders. If your mind wanders, where does it go? What is pulling you out of your practice? What is distracting you? What are you giving more priority than giving this time to yourself right now? Whatever it is, just like your breath, let it go. Like the tension in your body, release it. Soften more, dropping deeper, and then slowly come back up to sitting on your mats. And then just shuffling forwards, bending your knees, wrapping your arms around your legs, squeezing yourselves nice and tightly, nice and small, and then just rolling onto your backs. On your backs, keep squeezing on the legs, pulling yourselves tighter and smaller, bringing the forehead to the knees, just breathing nice and deeply into your belly, feeling your belly move against your thighs. Feel the weight on the lumbar spine. And then bringing both hands to the right shin, straightening your left leg out along your mats, wind relieving pose. So keep pushing through the left heel, both hands on the right shin, pulling the right thigh tight into the body as you breathe, the right side of your stomach being massaged, keeping your shoulder blades grounded down, keeping the left leg active, toes pointing upwards. Breathing through the nose, using the strength of your arms. Few more breaths here. And then bringing the right arm along the floor at shoulder height, palm facing the ceiling, pulling the right leg over the body onto the floor on the left side of your mats. Just a passive, easy spinal twist. Again, just allow your body to fall and rest where it may. Notice those areas that are asking for attention, the parts of your body that need a little bit more breath. Feel the opening in the spine, opening in the chest. And then gently making your way back onto your mat. Straightening the right leg along the floor in front of you And then bringing the left knee into the chest, both hands on the left shin, wind relieving pose again, pulling the leg into the body, into the side of your rib cage, and as you breathe into the belly, the left side of your stomach being massaged against the thigh, keeping the right leg active, keep pushing away through the right heel, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, staying with your breath. And so this time, bringing the left arm along the floor at shoulder height, palm facing the ceiling, pulling that left leg over the body onto the floor on the right side of your mats. The right hand can rest on top of the left thigh, just pulling the knee to the floor. And again, feeling that spinal twist. Not pushing anything, not forcing anything. Just allowing your body to fall into this shape in whatever way it feels. With the body in place, just focusing on your breath. No thoughts need thinking about. There is nowhere else to be. Few more breaths. And then when you're ready, just gently making your way back to lying on your mats, and then straightening both legs out along the floor, bending the right knee, bringing the right knee back into the chest. So this time pulling the leg into the body, bringing the right arm along the floor at shoulder height, palm facing the ceiling, and then pulling the right leg over onto the floor on the left side of your mats, coming up on your left forearm to look down at your left leg and make sure the left leg is in line with the long edge of your mats. Stretching the left hand out as far as you can to the left side of the room, rolling back into the shoulders, and then the right hand comes up and over towards the floor behind you, coming down onto the floor on the right side of your mats. So this is a yin style spinal twist. We're going to be here for a few minutes either side. So get settled, find your breath, no need to move, no need to fidget. This is a pose that you may not necessarily feel so much when you're in it, but more when you come out of it. So remain still, remain focused, focusing on every breath being under your control. So this style of yoga practice is known as yin. In a yin yoga class, we get into a posture, a pose, and we spend anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10 minutes in the pose. We spend the time here trying to bypass stretching the muscles and getting deeper inside of the body, working with the fascia. The fascia is the netting, the system that holds all of your muscles in place, holds your muscles together, and that also allows them to move across one another. Imagine a fishing net around every muscle, through every muscle. The body needs to keep moving for this netting, this material, this fascia to not become tangled. So you've already spent about 2 minutes in this position. Halfway there. 2 more minutes left to go. The longer we are in a pose, the more likely our mind is to wander. So maintain your focus, keep your concentration. There is so much to see, so much to observe, so much to explore and feel in your body, even as it is still. Even with the breath alone, so much movement, but then dropping deeper, moving beyond this, exploring our organs, everything inside. Move your focus, your attention, move it around your body. Stay with the breathing. Keep the breathing under control. Just allowing your breath to work in your body. Just a little longer. A few more breaths now. But in a moment when we come out, move slowly, move gently. Do not make the mistake of underestimating the amount of work you have done in this pose. So when you're ready to come out, bring the right arm over, bring it onto the floor on the left side of your mats, and then just bringing your hands towards your right leg, pulling yourselves back onto your backs, onto your mats with the right leg, and then straightening the right leg out along the floor. Take a moment to settle here, and then when you're ready, bringing the left knee into the chest, left arm along the floor at shoulder height, palm facing the ceiling, pulling that left leg over the body onto the floor on the right side of your mats, and when it's there, coming up on the right forearm, making sure your right leg is in line with the long edge of your mats, reaching as far to the right as you can with the right arm, rolling back onto the shoulders, bringing the left arm towards the floor behind you. You can rest the right hand on top of the left thigh, and then again just settling here. A few minutes, just laying here in this spinal twist. Nothing to do but breathe. So whilst you are laying here in this position, I will read you a little story. A story about two monks. A senior monk and a junior monk were travelling together. At one point they came to a river with a strong current. As the monks were preparing to cross the river, they saw a very young and beautiful woman also attempting to cross. The young woman asked if they could help her cross to the other side. The two monks glanced at one another because they had taken vows not to touch the woman. Then, without a word, the older monk picked up the woman, carried her across the river, placed her gently on the other side, and carried on his journey. The younger monk couldn't believe what had just happened. After rejoining his companion, he was speechless, and an hour passed without a word between them. 2 more hours passed, and then 3. Finally, the younger monk could contain himself no longer and blurted out, "As monks, we are not permitted to touch a woman. How then could you carry that woman on your shoulders?" The older monk looked at him and replied, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" So just a few more minutes now. Again, just check in, make sure your mind isn't wandering. Nothing is distracting you from your present experience. Deeper breaths, longer exhales. 1 more minute. Again, just maintaining your focus, holding your concentration. Don't let your mind wander. And so to come out, bringing the left arm over onto the right side of your mats, bringing both hands to the left knee and pulling yourselves back onto your mats, lying on the floor, taking a moment to allow your spine, your back to settle. And then to finish this practice, we're going to need to bring our legs up the wall. If you have a wall available to you, otherwise you can lay by the side of your bed, resting your legs on the top of your bed with your back on the floor, just in any way possible, having your legs elevated. So legs elevated, right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly, and in this pose our body can relax, but so too can our hearts. Our hearts don't need to work so hard pumping the blood around the body. Gravity helps move the blood through the legs, giving your heart a rest. This pose is very restful for the body, very calming. So remaining still and just focusing on your breath, feeling your breath make your right hand lift, your left hand lift, and with every exhale, hands falling, body softening, body relaxing. So whilst you lay here, one more story. This one is called Push the Cow Down the Cliff. A long time ago, a monk set out on his travels accompanied by his assistant brother. Night was falling when the monk told the brother to go on ahead to find lodging. The brother searched the deserted landscape until he found a humble shack in the middle of nowhere. A poor family lived in the hovel. The mother, father, and children were dressed in rags. The brother asked if he and the monk could spend the night in their dwelling. "You are most welcome to spend the night," said the father of the family. They prepared a simple meal consisting of fresh milk, cheese, and cream for the brother and for the monk. The brother felt moved by their poverty and even more so by the simple generosity. When they finished eating, the monk asked them how they managed to survive in such a poor place, so far away from the nearest neighbours in town. The wife looked to her husband to answer. In a resigned tone of voice, he told them how they managed to survive. "We have one cow. We sell her milk to our neighbours who do not live too far away. We hold back enough for our needs and to make some cheese and cream. That is what we eat." The next morning, the brother and the monk said their goodbyes and set out to continue their journey. After the monk and the brother had walked a few miles, the monk turned to the brother and said, "Go back and push the cow off the cliff." "Father," the brother replied, "they live off that cow. Without her they will have nothing." The monk repeated his order, "Go back and kill the cow." With a heavy heart, the brother returned to the hovel. He worried about the future of the family because he knew they depended on the cow to survive. His vow of obedience bound him to follow the orders of the wise monk. He pushed the cow off the cliff. Years later, the young brother became a monk. One day he found himself on the same road where he found lodging so many years ago. Driven by a sense of remorse, he decided to visit the family. He rounded the curve in the road, and to his surprise, he saw a splendid mansion surrounded by landscaped gardens in the place where the hovel used to be. The new house exuded a sense of prosperity and happiness. The monk knocked on the door. A well-dressed man answered. The monk asked, "Whatever became of the family who used to live here? Did they sell the property to you?" The man looked surprised and said he and his family had always lived on the property. The monk told him how he had stayed in a hovel on the same spot with his master, the old monk, many years ago. What happened to the family that lived here, he asked. The man invited the monk to stay with him as his guest. While they ate, the host explained how the family's fortune had changed. "You know, Father, we used to have a cow. She kept us alive. We didn't own anything else. One day she fell down the cliff and died. To survive, we had to start doing other things, develop skills we did not even know we had. We were forced to come up with new ways of doing things. It was the best thing that ever happened to us. We are now much better off than before." In your own time, making your way to lying on your side, supporting your head with your arm, and just taking a few more moments here. No need to rush off. No need to end your practice just now. A few more moments. The world can wait.